everybody, welcome to the Animal Room here at the Helmer Nature Center. I'm Casey, the Education Coordinator.
And I'm Fox, an educator and naturalist. Here in the Animal Room, we have a lot of different critters, but they're here for very special reasons. Some of our animals were wild animals that can't live in the wild anymore. Our friends at Eastridge Animal Hospital help these wild animals to try to live their best lives and go back to the wild, but if they can't be returned to the wild, we can take care of them here.
Now, friends, if you find a wild animal and you think it's sick or hurt, you don't want to go and immediately help that animal. You might actually make it worse. So you can call people like our friends at Eastridge or the New York State DEC, and they can give you advice about how you can best help that animal. Maybe you do wind up bringing it to Eastridge, but wild animals are meant to be wild, so do your best not to pick them up and touch it. In the next couple of videos, you'll see us holding our animals and interacting with them, but that's because they're animal ambassadors. They're used to us, and their main job now that they're living at Helmer is to help connect people like you to wildlife outside. So don't copy us. Please don't feed wildlife. Please don't touch them. If you want to learn more about wild animals, there are lots of great books and things online, or you can ask us questions. All right, so now I think it's time for us to go meet our animals.
Now we're going to talk to you about carnivores. Carnivores are those animals that eat meat, and usually they hunt it. This is our axolotl. His name is Axel. He is an aquatic salamander. So he's a type of salamander that lives underwater. He's going to hunt fish, insects, and of course, his favorite, worms. This is Esme, one of our ball pythons. So Esme the ball python is a really good hunter. She has special senses to help her find the things she wants to eat. Those are going to be things like small rodents and small birds. Her eyes never close. Snakes don't have eyelids. Instead, they have a special clear scale over her eyes to help protect them. You can also see along her nose, she has little holes in her snout. Those are called heat pits, and what they do is sense the temperature of different things. Since what she wants to eat is small and warm, she's going to use those heat pits to find small warm things. She also has a special jaw that opens wide and wider. She has a split chin, so she can open her mouth up and down and side to side.
And you know, a lot of people think that snakes are going to be cold and slimy, but as she's crawling around on me, she's really smooth and soft. And before I picked her up, she was pretty warm too. She had been sunning herself under a heat lamp. So I actually think snakes are pretty fun to touch. Don't just pick up a wild snake though, not a good idea. Esme's used to being handled.
These are our screech owls. Sherlock in my hand, and Casey has Watson. Screech owls, though they're small, are actually amazing predators, amazing hunters. They have huge eyes that are actually so big they can't move around in their sockets. That's why owls need to be able to turn their heads 270 degrees around. A lot of people think it's 360, but it's not. It's about 270. Owls do have ears, but it's not the little tufts on top of their head. Their ears are actually offset, so there's one up high and one down low on the other side. This helps them to triangulate. It's a big fancy word. It just means it gives them 3D hearing. They can hear what's in front of them, what's behind them, to their left, right, and what's above and below them. Once they've located what they want to eat, usually a small mammal like a mouse, they're going to swoop down on silent wings. Their feathers are actually fringed and frayed so that the air doesn't make any noise. And they are going to grab their food with those sharp talons on their feet. So their senses are so special that we actually call them acute senses. They have acute eyesight, acute hearing, and a cute little face. Some people think carnivores are mean or scary, but they're just eating what they're supposed to. And they're just as important as our herbivores or omnivores. We need our carnivores to help keep that balance.